Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slang Hope, and I got another video for y'all. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick, and then I'm gonna come back with my commentary.
In place to keep niggas from doing anything prosperous.
Listen, every bad nigga go into their system come out broke.
When you saying bad?
How much time you done in prison?
Just a couple days.
That's what I'm saying. How much time you done in prison?
I don't call it prison. 31 days.
How much time you done in the white boy jail?
31 days.
That's what I'm saying.
And learned enough not to do that shit again.
All the niggas go down there that's bad, homie. He get in the field at some point in time and want to throw that agate down. And it be some more niggas saying, yeah, we gonna throw the agate down tomorrow, nigga. We ain't doing no more cotton picking. And when he throw the agate down and look over his shoulder, the rest of them niggas still be. So now I done been the nigga through the agate down, so I ain't doing it no more, boss. And when I look over my shoulder, hey, what's up, y'all? Ain't nobody doing it with me.
Man.
And I got to go, listen, I got to go get them last.
Keep bucking, so.
No,
You got to keep, a real soldier gonna keep
showing the move and Kunta Kinte, that one nigga kept running. He kept saying, hey, man, what?
So, he made 2 points that I kind of like want to highlight and I want to talk about. The main point that I want to talk about is how he said, the moment you go into their institutions, homie, you're going to come out broken. Every bad dude or courageous or tough or leadership wise that has ever went into their institutions have come out broken. And that's kind of like the main topic of this video, but I also want to touch upon the other things that he said. But before I go into my commentary, make sure you like the video, give it a thumbs up if you're messing with me, if you're rocking with the content. That's all I ask. Share it with somebody. It might be beneficial information to them. And subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with my stuff. If you're not, it's cool. It is what it is. But let's get into the commentary, right? So 2 of the things that he mentioned was men that go into their institutions are broken. And he also mentioned the element of fear that they put in our men, right? So I'm gonna talk about that first, and then I'm gonna come back to the brokenness because that's the whole main part of the video. Now, in the video, he mentioned that anybody who has been a bad mother lover, right? And bad is like Malcolm X, right? Malcolm X was a bad dude. Like, he was smart, he was charismatic, he was a leader, he was an honorable man. He articulated himself very well, and you know he wasn't afraid, right? Anytime you have had a man like that in the black community, what do? They castrate him, they lynch him, they send him to jail, or they kill you, right? So, and then what it does is sends a message to the other men, right? For example, back in the slavery days, if you was the biggest, strongest man, they used to rape him, buck break him, right? Because it sends a message to the other people. Not only does it send a message to the person that they're doing that to, it sends a message to the people that look up to this man. And a lot of times, the people who do the work, who are the bad dudes like Malcolm X, once he died, his work didn't get carried on like that. The Panthers try to do it, and we seen what happened to the Panthers too, right? They met the same demise. Even when you think about how they killed Malcolm X, they killed him in front of his family in a public place. You know, like it sends a big message to the people. It's almost like a modern day lynching. When they used to lynch people, they used to hang you on a tree. People used to come like it was a picnic. They used to gather around like it was a celebration. So these things, what they do is they send fear to the other people that makes them stand still and makes them not want to get involved in whatever is going on. Same thing happened. You ever been on the block, you going to fight somebody, and your mans and them, they talking about like, yeah, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, we gonna rock with you. And then when they get there, they run on you. It's the same thing like he was saying. Everybody want to act like they're gonna be with you, but then the moment you out there on Front Street and you sacrifice yourself, people are not going to follow suit like you think they are. The same thing happened with me when I went to prison. I thought we was all on one accord, but everybody had their own vision and their own mission. Everybody don't see things like you see it. Everybody not gonna apply the rules like you see it. Everybody's not gonna be like, we going to the death. Everybody not gonna be like that. So I just wanted to say that there's that element of fear that he was talking about. He be saying a lot of real shit. He be saying some bugged out shit too. But sometimes I get the method to his madness, because he said, like, I can't be out here talking like this shit because they own me. Like, so I encourage y'all to really listen to some of the shit he say. Because he said he got locked up and he got put in a psych ward. But this is not about him. But just look up his own shit. He got his own method to his madness. But I really want to get to the broken part. A lot of men are broken. A lot of black men are broken. right? A lot of people that come from the conditions and the circumstances that we living under are broken. They're not gonna talk about it because from a young age, since we've been young men, our little boy has been taught that the world does not care about your feelings. The world does not care about what really happens to you. It's been like that throughout society, right? Every time you thought about when your little girl when your little sister got hurt, everybody dropped everything and went to make sure she was good. But when you got hurt, when we got hurt, it was suck it up. You're a boy. You're a man. You're strong. Don't cry. Don't do this. So we learn from a very young age, I cannot talk about my feelings. And then when you get older and you try to come out that shell, people be like, oh, you need to talk about your feelings. And then the moment you talk about them, they use them against you, right? They start calling you soft. They start calling you feminine. They start saying you always complaining. I don't heard this out of women's mouths. They sit here and tell you, why you don't talk about nothing? Why you don't talk about your feelings? I'm here, talk to me. And then the moment you talk to them and they get mad at you, they'll throw shit in your face. So we learned from a very young age and in current times that I can't even really talk to nobody. Now your homies, this is why we talk to the bros. But anyway, the point I was trying to get to is that we grow up knowing that nobody really cares about how we feel. Even when you think about the whole concept of women and children, right? It's always the men are disposable. Like, go out there and die, homie. We don't care about you. It's about the women and the children. So we have always been shown shit is not about us. So the point I want to say is, given the communities that we come from, when he said anybody that goes to the institutions returns broken, that applies to school too. School has been one of the main proponents of breaking us, breaking our minds, enslaving our minds, teaching us these narratives that we came from slaves, right? Like African people was not here before European people, but they don't teach us that in school. They teach us that we got here in bondage. They don't teach us that African people traveled way before the Europeans and was going different places. They don't tell us that. So we already grow up with this mindset, this negative self-image about ourselves because of school. And the school teaches a whole bunch of other fucked up shit that I don't really want to get into. But I wanted to highlight prison because a lot of our brothers go to prison, which is why he asked them how much time you did in jail. How much time you did in jail, right? Because you don't understand what that does to a man when you put him in prison, especially if you're caging him from a young age. Some dude's been to juvenile. Some dude's been in and out the system, foster care, juvenile, prison. That breaks our men. And the thing that happens is, because the world already doesn't care about how we feel, we just gotta suck it up. We gotta keep going. We ain't got no chance to stop. We gotta keep going. Bills still gotta be paid. I still gotta save face. I still gotta do what I gotta do. You know how many men been raped, been abused, misused, mistreated, and they can't even really talk about it? But they still gotta provide for their families, or they still gotta provide for themselves, or they still gotta go to work. It's almost like a functioning addict. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see people, there's people who do coke, who smoke crack, and you wouldn't even know they do it because they're functioning addicts. They still go to work, they still got their families, they like regular people. And then you got the people who succumb. It's the same way. You have men out here who make it look good. They make it look good. They still going to work. They still doing this. They still doing that. And then boom, out of nowhere, you see somebody take their life. See, black men, like brothers is leading in homelessness, unemployment, suicide rates, victims of violent crimes, homicides. They're leading in all these negative, poor categories. But we still got to keep going. You ever been chased? You ever been chased by somebody with a weapon? Some of y'all, a lot of y'all probably haven't. But when you be chased, when somebody chases you with a weapon and you running, and sometimes you want to stop running because your lungs is burning up and your legs is getting tired, but you know you can't stop running because the moment you stop running, it's a wrap. It's the same way with surviving in the world, man. We live in a crazy world and crazy communities, and people act like it's far-fetched that we are broken as a people, our men and women. We're fucked up because we living in these crazy toxic environments that are meant to break us. So imagine going to prison. Prison is meant to keep you going through that revolving door. The average person that goes to prison returns within 3 years. The average person. That's a stat. Another stat is 1 in 3 black men are going to go to prison. That's crazy. So a lot of our brothers return home broken, messed up in the head, and people can't even understand what's going on with them, right? Because a lot of times we can't even talk to nobody. And I give you an example. I'm broken. It's not everybody's business. I'm not afraid to talk about it. But I've been broken. Prison has affected me. I know people, I make it look good though. People like, oh, you know, he came home, he went to school, he did this, he did that, he worked in the community, you know, he loved the youth, he advocating. Look at him. Oh, he's a pillar of the community. He's an example. But you don't know about my dark days. You don't know about my dark nights. You don't know about my dark thoughts. You don't know about my struggles with myself. You don't know about the things that I don't talk about. Because for the most part, I can't even talk about it. Some people either can't relate or people just don't care. Or people just don't care. You got to keep going. That's it. You know? Horses don't stop. They keep going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep going. You know, I went to prison when I was a teenager. I didn't have no club years. I didn't have no actual dating years, college years. You know, like the years of your life where you're supposed to be making certain mistakes and you know, learning your lessons as you go. The very vital years I was in prison. I was in a box in the penitentiary. So today I make mistakes that I shouldn't be making. I'm making mistakes now that I should have made when I was 21. But I was locked up. I didn't have those opportunities. So I'm out here fucking up money. I'm out here fucking up relationships. I'm out here messing up a whole bunch of things that I should have had down packed by now. And that's just me. That's just how I look at things. I didn't get to date. I didn't really get to court. So maybe my relationships with women are a certain way because I'm broken, bro. And it's okay. It's no problem to be broke. You got to be able to know something is broken in order to fix it. And a lot of people are in denial. They're not even going to talk about it. They're not even going to admit that they're broken and that something is wrong. But I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm fucked up psychologically. Prison has done things to me that some of the things I can't even put my finger on it. I can't even put my finger on it. That don't mean I don't shower with my boxes and shit or my slippers. But it definitely has affected me. You cannot be in a toxic environment or in a place like prison or living in the ghetto and think that it's not going to affect you. Now, you do have anecdotal experiences. You do got exceptions. You do got people who are doing good despite the fact. But most of the time, people get fucked up. Huey P. Newton went to prison, and I think they did something to him in there. Because when he came out, he just was a different man. He wasn't the same. This was a bright brother too. A bad mother lover. But like Charleston said in the beginning of the video, when you a bad mother lover, bro, they gonna break you, homie. You're gonna come out of there broken. And some of us can't even talk about it. Suffering in silence. So sisters, if it's sisters watching this, I want you to be mindful of that, man. It's not always about you. It's not always about what you going through. Because that man is going through some shit too. And a lot of our women lose sight of that. They lose sight because they think it's all about them. They got this selfishness to their nature. It's not all about you. If that man is not right mentally, you ain't going to be right either. You ain't going to be right either. So let's be a little bit of more help when you notice certain things. Pay attention to your man. Pay attention to your brother. Pay attention to the males in your family. And again, I'm focusing on the men because that's who I'm talking about right now. I don't want to hear people like, women are this too, women are that. We're talking about men right now. And a lot of our brothers are broken and they need help and they need assistance and they need a space. That's why I tell the bros, man, talk to the brothers, man. Talk to the brothers, man. Because I get it. I get it. And that's why I tell brothers, if you're going to seek therapy, don't seek a woman therapist. Because women don't speak the same language we do. Don't speak, because y'all seen what happened with that other black therapist. I got my little commentary on her too. It's coming. But don't seek women therapists, man, because they don't understand us. They don't speak the same language unless they are feminine. Women who are feminine, they have a healing nature to them. They have a healing presence to them. So if she's feminine, but you won't really know that, right? You gotta really, you better off just talking to a bro. Men get men. We understand each other because we feel what we gotta go through, right? Women are gonna understand you because they're coming from their own mindset and their own narrative. And it's all about them. So let me know what your thoughts are on this video. And remember, like, share, and subscribe if you like my content. Peace.